September is PCOS Awareness Month. That's polycystic ovary syndrome, if you're not familiar with it. PCOS is a syndrome that affects up to 10% of women. It has a wide array of symptoms and various presentations. And this week on Siobhán Talks Periods, I'm going to share 5 surprising tips that can benefit most women with PCOS, regardless of the underlying cause or the presenting symptoms. So first of all, balancing blood sugar levels. This is an integral part of managing PCOS and reversing symptoms. A lot of people consider PCOS a hormonal condition, but actually insulin resistance plays a really big role in the majority of cases. Some tips for balancing blood sugar levels for people with PCOS are 1, to avoid sugar and processed carbohydrates. 2, move your body after eating. There was a 2022 meta-analysis that suggested that even walking for just 2 minutes after a meal can help to balance blood sugar levels. As always, I'll link the reference in the written blog. The third thing then is to add cinnamon to your diet. Cinnamon is one of my favourite herbs for balancing blood sugar levels. It's backed by research, it's so delicious, so accessible. What's not to love? Number 4, vinegar has also been given the scientific stamp of approval with various different studies showing that adding vinegar to your meals can reduce how much your blood sugar climbs after eating, particularly when you eat high glycemic index foods. So my suggestion is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with each meal. It's always best to dilute that in water or add it to meals. Don't drink vinegar straight. Our next surprising tip then is to take cold showers or swim in cold water. If I had a penny for every time a woman with PCOS was told that they needed to lose weight, I'd be off on a September sun holiday right now, not making this video. But PCOS actually makes it really much easier to gain weight and very hard to lose weight. So it's just a pretty rubbish suggestion really. A blast of cold water at the end of your shower, however, or a swim in the cold sea or a lake or river, whatever floats your boat or whatever you've access to. This could be a much better way of balancing your body's fat stores. So we have 2 different types of fat. There's brown adipose tissue and white adipose tissue. Brown adipose tissue is this type which is more easily used by the body. It's said to actually help you burn calories while you sleep. And women with PCOS have significantly less of this brown fat tissue compared to women without PCOS. And there's a scientific paper on that as well, linked in the written blog. So cold water therapy then is one way to increase your stores of this more helpful and more metabolically active brown fat. Thirdly, sleep well. If you have PCOS, make sure you get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Sleep helps to increase this brown adipose tissue as well, but it also gives our body that rest and repair, helps to clear excess hormones from our system, and all that good stuff. It's also important to make sure your sleep quality is good. There was a 2020 clinical trial that concluded that this link between poor sleep and PCOS was so prevalent that sleep health should actually be included in a PCOS assessment. So if you do have PCOS, you regularly get 8 hours of sleep or more and you're still feeling tired in the morning throughout the day, then it might be worthwhile getting checked out for issues like sleep apnea. Surprising fact number 4 is to try buckwheat. There is so much I could say about diet when it comes to PCOS. Dietary changes are so fundamental when it comes to treating PCOS, which you can imagine from the blood sugar connection that we talked about. But one helpful thing that almost everyone could add to their diet is buckwheat. Buckwheat is a superfood in my opinion. It's technically a seed, has this lovely nutty flavour. It can be great for balancing blood sugar levels. It's also a delicious food for you and for your good gut bacteria in your microbiome. Great for your heart too. My daughter can't eat gluten, so we eat a lot of buckwheat instead. And yes, despite having wheat in the name, it is gluten-free. So you can bake with buckwheat flour. Buckwheat pancakes are delicious, and you can get buckwheat pasta or noodles, or you can just cook with the whole buckwheat groats. And then lastly, if you have PCOS, it's so important to get the support that you need. Having PCOS can be really tough. It comes with a lot of worries like fertility worries, knock-on health issues like diabetes and fatty liver disease. There's tons of misinformation out there about it. And like many areas in women's health, it's really misunderstood and understudied. And then the allopathic medical system simply kind of attempts to manage PCOS with medications that are really designed for completely different purposes. Most commonly contraceptives or metformin, a drug which is designed to treat diabetes, not PCOS. So if you have been given a diagnosis of PCOS, I do recommend seeking out a naturopath, a nutritionist or a herbalist who specialises in this area to give that kind of extra support alongside your doctor. And it can be a lonely journey too. A lot of my clients find it really helpful to connect with other women with PCOS, either locally or online. So find your tribe, find people who understand what you're going through, share tips and tools for health and happiness and all the support that you need. If you have any questions, please do get in touch as well. If you know anyone with PCOS who might benefit from this, please send it to them. And please like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff if you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and happy PCOS awareness.